I've started.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Good day, everybody. I know you are still with me on this course. You are still with us on this program because it's an interesting program and one of our most sought after program in this university. So we appreciate you for your consistency in learning. We try to learn how this program work from us. So we are in chapter 4 of this. We are in chapter 4 of this course, and today we shall be looking at comparison with other apprenticeship system. Definitely, it's not only the Igbo that will have a system, an apprenticeship system, but we'll have to look at the uniqueness of this system and compare to why it's so unique and exceptional with other apprenticeship systems as obtainable in Nigeria. So we shall be looking at the Yoruba as it applies. For instance, among the Yoruba of Western Nigeria, at the end of the apprenticeship of a candidate, which usually lasts between 2 to 3 years, I want to take this. The Igbo apprenticeship system lasts between 5 to 7 years, 8 years. While the Yoruba, which is the western part of Nigeria, the Igbo are from the eastern part, the Yoruba are the western part of Nigeria. The Yoruba system lasts for only 2 to 3 years. Or he or she pays the master a freedom fee. I want us to know this, freedom fee. The Igbo does not pay fee, rather the master pays the apprentice. On the Yoruba, after paying the freedom fee, he purchases drinks and throw a party according to celebrate the end of his or her apprentice. This is an important part of the apprenticeship which has to be done before the candidate can begin to trade officially. After this party, the candidate is presented with a certificate to show that he or she has graduated. During these 2 or 3 years, the apprentice does not necessarily live with the master, and so the master does not necessarily have responsibility for the feeding, clothing, and housing of the apprentice. This is very different from the Igbo apprentice system. The apprentice is the son or daughter of the master. The apprentice therefore leaves his parents and comes to live under the care and supervision of an established business Igbo person who becomes his master, and he the servant. The servant, not in literary term, but he serves the master. He takes care of his master for the agreed number of years and does every cure, that is household cure, domestic issues that the master assigns him. He serves his master not only in the shop or in relation to the business, but at home as well, like washing of cars, cleaning the home, washing and ironing his master's clothes, etc. He has no right to travel home without the consent of the master. Even if the parents live in the same city with the master, he must work hard to win the trust and favor of his master, as it is the master who would make an appraisal of his service in the growth of the business venture and in non-business related areas. At the end of the apprenticeship, the master gives the apprentice a take-off fund for the hiring or purchase of a shop, goods, equipment where necessary, and in some cases, accommodation for a period of time. This take-off fund does not in any way mean that he ceases to collaborate with the master, the master still assists him or her with goods procurement to reduce overhead importation costs, knowing fully well that the apprentice has a weak purchasing power. Through the different responsibilities that the master places on the apprentice, the master prepares him for the future. In what seems like a tough time, the master exposes the apprentice to a future reality that is tough and only overcome through hard work. It is not in all cases that the master stays with the apprentice in the same shop or business premises. Having gathered some experience, the master can decide to open a shop elsewhere, different from the location where he might be. In this case, the apprentice manages the business branch for the master, presenting him at business negotiation and importation with foreign trade partners. This seeming independence of the apprentice in management does not only help the master expand his business and thus make more profit, it also helps the apprentice with an ownership mindset that gives room for trust, building of his confidence and exposure, which is necessary for the apprentice if he must succeed in the future. Once an apprentice graduates and is settled, he has a responsibility of doing for others back at home what his master has done for him. He therefore goes to the village and picks another apprentice who would serve him, thus repeating the process of wealth incubation and creation. Meanwhile, before this graduation, his master must have gone home and picked another apprentice who would learn the trade before his final graduation. It is thus a model that keeps engaging the young. The Igbo has a culture that frowns at the young roaming the street in idleness. The apprentice system of the Igbo ensures that if a child is unable to go to school, instead of staying back at home, he learns a trade, usually the type of trade that his family people have been involved in. This actually explains the circle. This is what we've just to explain the circle of the Igbo apprentice system. So in the next chapter we shall be looking at which is chapter we shall be looking at the principle of the Igbo apprentice system. While you take your coffee and come back, we'll be here to present to you the next chapter, which is chapter 5, the Igbo apprentice, the principle of the Igbo apprentice system.